We've all been in those situations where we get entangled on social media, where we feel a hatred, a frustration, where we get out of balance, where we project something from deep inside ourselves outward, and we could fight to the end on behalf of the victimhood to what appears like a demonic kind of bigotry on the other side. All peace is lost. So this exercise is to help you find another depth of movement, not a replacement for your point of view, not a substitute for how you understand things, but a feeling connection with the depth of where you really are right now, as an individual, as a human being, and as part of humanity, which means you are the whole of humanity. So first of all, I'd like you just to tune in to a particular form of suffering. You can use your imagination to something which is really staying with you, a form of suffering in the news right now which is compelling you. And I want you to make a feeling connection with it. Move to your heart area, to the chest area, and give some space to uncover the precise resonance of pain or experience or suffering which is affecting you now. And as you enter into this field of suffering, opening the felt sense to this suffering, let it enlarge, give it space, so that you're able to experience some of the many shades and textures of it. Just check in on your own heart and open it. Allow that suffering to also appear in here, deep down, where the depth of your heart is also resonating with it. Now relax the body, just bring your attention to your breathing in the here and now. With the in-breath, breathe in the present moment, feeling the freshness of the air entering your body and your lungs. And with the out-breath, exhaling anything which is ready to be released now. With the in-breath, breathe in the present moment, feeling the freshness of the air entering your body and your lungs. And with the out-breath, exhaling anything which is ready to be released now. Now I'd like you to connect with that feeling of suffering again, that precise flavoring of suffering, and make a heart connection with it. Connect with the heart, with the feeling. I'd like you to lean backwards in your memory and notice any time in the past where you felt this before, in your own life, where you recognize this particular vibration of suffering in your own life. And when you find a time and a memory, let yourself be there now, within that situation back then, where this suffering was alive around you and inside of you. Notice where your feet are touching the floor, how your body is feeling. Notice any sounds that you hear, or any voices. What kind of smell is there in the air? What kind of taste is there in your mouth right now? And as you allow this feeling to be here, this particular movement of suffering, I'd like you to lean back into the depth of yourself, which is the one suffering this. Leaning backwards, behind into the part of yourself, the part of your life, the part of your heart, which is suffering this suffering. And perhaps you can lean back even into the part of your heart, the part of yourself which is free of this suffering. This part which this suffering can never touch. What resource are you using from the core of yourself to move through this suffering? What strength within yourself or deeper power is supporting you in surviving this? And as you find the resource and the strength and the power or the freedom or the space which is allowing you to survive this, just let it be even greater. Let it expand. You're empowering and generating more of this energy, of the resource which allowed you to survive. Notice how it feels in your physical body and allow it to fill up the space where you're sitting now and all the space around you. Let it be free. Now I'd like you to bring your attention again to your in-breath and your out-breath. And with your inhalation, inhale this resource. And with your out-breath, transmit this resource towards that one who is suffering out there now. Inhale this resource, and with your out-breath, transmit this resource to someone who is suffering this out there now, in a different country, in a different condition, sharing now this resource with them, with every exhalation, supporting them from the inside out. Meeting the suffering in them with the resource channeled now through you, with every exhalation. Noticing how abundant this resource is and sharing it with the out-breath wherever it's needed now, past, present, and future. Now I'd like you to bring your attention back to your own physical body. Just notice any space which is comfortable and any area of discomfort without needing to change a thing. And perhaps you can imagine some form in nature which expresses this resource. Perhaps it's the power of the wind, or maybe the strength of a volcano, or the fluidity of a river, the intuition of an animal, or the stillness of outer space. And I'd like you to imagine now with every in-breath that you are receiving this resource as a blessing from the outside towards your physical body. Connecting with this resource out there in nature, and with the inhalation agreeing to accept it as a resource, nurturing every aspect of your physical experience. Whether it's moving through the skin surface, through the blood and the fluids, softly moving through the connective tissue, through the organs, through the muscles and tendons, and even into the core of the bones. Just signaling to the body that it's okay to receive this now as a blessing from the outside in, as you relax even more deeply in the space which is always at peace, the dimension which is always home, and the freedom which can never be lost.